And now, WZDX Sports with Mo Carter.
A tweet by Brett McMurphy about the SWAC canceling football in 2020 created a social media frenzy that went throughout the entire weekend. Eventually, SWAC Commissioner Dr. Charles McClellan responded and cited that the tweet and information inside that tweet were both inaccurate and premature. And today, we know why. Following a meeting that lasted about 90 minutes, Dr. Charles McClellan, the SWAC presidents, and athletic directors announced that they were postponing the fall sports season due to COVID-19, not canceling it. Now sports like cross country, volleyball, soccer, and football will be played in the spring. With all things considered, A&M football coach Connell Maynor likes the decision.
It's just too dangerous right now, and I think it's in the best interest of everybody, and I think it was a good decision. Hopefully by January, this thing will be dialed down a whole lot more. We got a vaccine maybe, and we can really play some good football.
In the case of football, Coach Maynor and the staff will now have a ton of time to prepare for next season's opponents. All football teams will now have a 6-conference schedule and will have an opportunity to add a 7th non-conference game if they choose.
It's going to be who executes the best, who don't turn over the football, who protects the football, the little things. When you have conference games and you know each other so well, a non-conference team that you don't know that well, then you need more time to watch tape on those guys and things of that nature. But as far as the conference go, we know those guys know us. You got to roll up your sleeve, and it's going to be who won it the most.
Now, scheduling for the other sports besides football is still being worked out by officials within the SWAC office. But football practice will begin in January, and games will probably begin somewhere around the latter part of February or the beginning of March.
This afternoon, sports fans and supporters of SWAC football patiently waited to hear the conference's decision on the 2020 season. Last week, rumors swirled that it was going to be canceled. Our sports director, Mo Carter, has official details on the conference's game plan.
Following the cancellation of fall sports by the CIAA, SIAC, and MEAC, many HBCU sports fans thought that the SWAC may follow suit and cancel all of its fall sports activities for the upcoming academic year. But this afternoon, the conference called an audible. During a meeting that lasted about 90 minutes, Dr. Charles McClellan, the SWAC presidents, and the athletic directors decided to postpone the fall sports season of 2020 due to COVID-19. Those sports, which include women's cross country, women's soccer, women's volleyball, and football, will now be played during the spring of 2021 in a smaller format. A finalized format on scheduling is still being prepared for most sports. But in football, we do know that each school will play 6 conference games and have an option of adding a 7th non-conference opponent if they choose. Alabama A&M football coach Connell Maynor and the staff are pleased with the conference's decision.
It's just too dangerous right now, and I think it's in the best interest of everybody, and I think it was a good decision. Hopefully by January, this thing will be dialed down a whole lot more. We got a vaccine maybe, and we can really play some good football.
Coming up later in sports, Coach Maynor will explain his approach to playing games in the spring of 2021. Putting the Valley first, I'm Mo Carter for WZDX.